into this. This week, the name on the marquee has got to be Yadong Song, who this past weekend at UFC Fight Night, Song versus Simone, at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, defeated Ricky Simone in a bantamweight clash by TKO in round number 5, the official time 1:10 of round 5. Mark, start us off here. Give us your take of this back and forth battle of bantamweights between Song and Simone, with Song being victorious.
What a huge performance for Song Yadong, or Yadong Song, however we're saying it these days. From jump in this fight, I felt like he was like a robot. Like, he just came out, taking little steps forward, hands up, cocked, waiting to throw, and didn't consider moving his feet for a single thing that Simone did. Like, he didn't bite on a single feint. Anything he blocked was just his hands and his arms. He never stepped off one time. He easily evaded a takedown. Like, he didn't bite on anything. And he may not even have won round 1, but from jump, I think Simone could see that his usual kind of activity that keeps guys on their toes, or kind of knocks them off their toes in a way, was not relevant to Song. And then round 2, Simone gets rocked by a clash of heads, but he pushes through it, and he actually gets a takedown, and you're like, all right, he's on top now. Here we go. Let's see what happens. And Song is up immediately. And I feel like that's when it kind of really started going downhill for Simone, because already it was like he was having trouble getting Song to do anything he wanted him to do. Then there, he's like, shit, I'm rocked, but like, all right, I'm on top. And then he's like, oh, fuck, I'm right back. And he's walking at me again, and I still can't figure out how to make him stop walking at me. And I feel like he just kind of got discouraged at that point. Song started landing more. He was opening up. He got his timing down more. And we don't think about this enough, but sometimes I feel like fights just come down to something as simple as which guy will have to fight the fight going backwards, and can he do that? And Simone had to, and he isn't used to doing it, and he couldn't make his game work as a result of it. And eventually Song just reaped the rewards for his efforts. He landed a huge left at the end of round 4 that fucking froze Simone. I think he was probably done if it wasn't for the bell in that round, and it didn't matter because he comes out round 5, lands another left, almost the same exact shot, puts Simone down for the stoppage, and a monster win for Song Yadong.
Omar, what was your take of the finish and the fight overall and performance overall from Yadong Song?
I mean, it doesn't get better than that. I'm pretty sure Song Yadong knocked him down 4 times. I feel like it was once a round going from the second round through the remainder of that fight. Watching the fight, and listening to Mark's take, I don't want to take anything away from Song Yadong because it probably had a lot to do with the way he approached the fight and the way he fought that fight. But Ricky Simone did not fight the way I've seen Ricky Simone fight. And I wonder if it was more than just Song Yadong, if there were other outside factors at play that maybe we don't know about, maybe we'll never know about. But he didn't look the same. Either way, his inability to adjust in that fight was still something that now plays into him and his, our picks. I feel like going forward, I think that's something that's going to play value going forward, because we've seen, like Mark said, once he had to move backwards, he didn't really seem to have an answer, whether that would have been try to push forward even more or whatever his response was. The one that he chose was the wrong one. And it cost him a good portion of that fight. And I'm pretty sure those left hands that were landing and knocking him down from time to time, especially as the fight goes on, those knockdowns don't get easier to get up from. And I think by the end of it, man, I think Song Yadong just had put in so much work by the beginning of that 5th round, that Ricky Simone, this is probably the first time that we've really seen Ricky Simone really lose a fight. You know what I mean? Like the what was I going to say? The Marab one, very contentious, very close. A lot of people want to go back and forth about whether he finished the fight, whether it was a decision, like whatever. This one, I feel like no one can really say other than Song did work, and Ricky Simone took a big L.
Mark, with this win, Song Yadong now emphatically back in the win column after getting stopped himself by Corey Sandhagen back in September. He turns the rising Ricky Simón away. What do you do with him next if you are the matchmaker for the UFC?
I don't know, but I ate popcorn and it's all up in my teeth. I'm not happy about it.
Dude, I love popcorn.
Same.
So you said for Simón, right?
Let's do his song first.
Oh, I'm sorry, Song. I thought you said Simón. So I said this one back when Shido lost his last fight. I'm going to stick to it now. I said then that I think it would have been the perfect time to do a Song rematch if he was the winner of this fight, or Simón if he ended up winning. But I'm still with it. The first fight was very controversial between the two of them. Both of them have greatly elevated their stock and their overall game since then. I think Song has earned a shot to kind of move up the ranks off of a performance like that. He even suggested it that he was down to run it back with Shido, so let's run it back. Let's settle it in a fight night main event or part of a pay-per-view main card or something like that.
Okay, Omar, any other ideas for Yadong Song?
I'd be down. I'd be down for that. I'd be down to see Cheeto win. I'm down for that. You already know, baby.
Very good.
So casual. Yeah, I'd see Shido win, yeah.
Okay. With this loss snaps a 5-fight win streak for Ricky Simón. Omar, what do you see next for him at bantamweight?
I think realistically, you can't really move him down all too much. I think he might have to get moved down maybe just a spot or two just based on the performance. And I feel like the dominance that was the performance from Song Yadong. But Song Yadong was already on top of him. It was really Simón's opportunity to kind of jump and rise up a little bit from this win, but that doesn't happen. So where do you go with him? Maybe does this motherfucker have a fight? My man Yanez? I feel like we just booked him for something, didn't we?
He doesn't have a fight, but we were
He just
saying
lost.
last week that he should fight Munoz.
Right. Maybe we give him Ricky Simón.
Not bad either.
Yeah. Okay, Mark, what do you think? What's next for Simón?
I'm in a similar boat. I don't want to move Simón. I mean, his rank isn't going to change much, but I mean, even in who his type of opponent is, I don't want to move him down too much. He really had a great run to this point, and he seemingly just had an off night. I'd like to see him fight another ranked fighter. So I'm going to say, how about Jonathan Martinez? Let those two duke it out and see who really should be ranked.
Like it.
Definitely down for that.
Okay, let's
Honestly,
move on.
Dude, if Umar Nurmagomedov didn't deserve a little bit higher than Ricky Simón stylistically, that's a fucking banger right there. That's an absolute banger of a fight.
Actually, that's who I said Munoz should fight. So who the fuck did I match Yanez with? I can't even remember now. Because I said Munoz should fight Umar. Yeah, I don't know.
These picks go all over the place sometimes.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Okay. Let us move on now. Congrats to Song Yadong.
Oh, Gutierrez is who I said Yanez should fight. The loser. That's where I confused myself. Anyway, sorry.
By the way, this is how mixed martial arts just makes me a more cultured person. It's such a global sport. It just like re-emphasizes that, like, yes, in many Asian cultures, the surname or the family name goes first. Song is what we would consider his last name, but is his surname.
The problem is,
I
is
prefer-
that as Americans, we keep fucking changing the order. Just
Right.
Yes.
use the order that they give us, and we
Agreed.
understand that this is the surname, the family name, and this is the
given
But when
name.
they keep changing
Totally
it, then I don't know what the fuck is what
Like, his
anymore.
name is Song Yadong. Just because Song is the family name doesn't mean we need to call him Yadong Song. It doesn't make
Exactly.
any sense.
It
But then
doesn't
if-
at all.
But for me, okay, that's interesting. For me, I prefer to go with Yadong Song because if it's Song Yadong, then I start unconsciously treating Yadong as his last name, and then I also have a 12-year-old mind, so I can't. I want to avoid saying things like "I love Yadong." I just have to avoid it. You know, Yadong is so powerful. I just can't say it. I don't want to say it.
Yeah. It's
If
a
it's
tough one.
true.
It's a tough example.
Okay. Okay. Later on tonight, we're going to talk about Yan Xiaonan or Xiaonan Yan. Yan is the surname.
Yep.
Did I ever share with you guys that stat about surnames in the U.S. versus surnames in China?
Yeah, how there's like a zillion more.
Yes. That must have
Yeah.
been at some point. like
Yeah,
a year ago.
You did.
For anybody who's joining us more as a new listener, it's this fact I once knew. It's something like in the United States there are like over 25,000 unique last names or surnames. In China, which is like what, 4 times the size of our country, there's like 250 unique surnames. It's stupid.
Their alphabet too is also like fucking 5 times larger than ours. See too. So
How funny.
there's
how
a
interesting.
lot more things to choose from and put together there.